Hey, what's up? We're live. It's Cletus Coffee. It's a Friday, and grateful to be on here, be live with you all on a Friday afternoon. And there's a reason why I'm here on Friday because Fridays are an interesting beast, especially as an entrepreneur. You're a small business owner. You most likely have been working hard all week. So this is a conversation that I'm hoping that we can start here about where you're at right now. And let's just again, this goes to telling the truth. Like what is the truth behind your Fridays? Because you're probably getting emails from people going, "Hey, happy Friday," or people at your business or some of your employees or colleagues are going, "Oh, happy Friday." And it's this happy thing. Why has it always been happy? And this is what's always been frustrating for me is it's happy because the week is over. I'm so glad it's over. And what we know is that it doesn't end. Because what is a Friday compared to a Monday compared to a Sunday for an entrepreneur? We're so embedded in our business that we have difficulty separating it from other aspects of life. And so what happens is, I'll tell you my experience as a business owner, working my tail off all week long. And then it's this idea that, oh, I'm going to have a weekend to myself or my weekend with my family because you've probably ignored your family all week. You've probably, I won't say ignored them, but maybe you have ignored them and you've just been grinding and you're tired and you're frustrated because you gave up time with your family. You gave up focusing on yourself. You probably didn't exercise, even though you may most likely, because most people don't have it on their calendar. But if you did, you didn't get to it. And so now what? So now you've hit the end of the week. You're frustrated as hell, and you're tired and and resentful. That's the big thing, right? You're resentful because you didn't get to spend time on you this week. You were so focused on the business, and in a lot of cases now you're frustrated and you're confused and you're probably pissed off because you're probably not paying yourself enough as a business owner. You're probably not focusing on profits. So you worked your ass off all week and didn't pay attention to other elements of your life. And you don't have a whole lot to show for it. That's frustrating. And what's more frustrating is you're going to the weekend without a plan for next week. So now what? You're going to get back into the same old. You're not going to exercise because business is going to take over. It's going to be a priority. You don't have a plan for your family, intimate time with your loved ones, whether it be your partner or your kids, and you're just going to get back into it. So, and that's a trap that so many of us entrepreneurs find ourselves in. And we don't have a plan to get out of it. And so, yeah, it's Happy Friday, but it's not Happy Friday. And and you might be saying, "Hey, I love the game, Cletus. I'll work on the weekends." Hey, that's awesome. Like I no sweat. I mean, again, like I said in the beginning, a Friday to an entrepreneur, it doesn't mean a whole lot. It's just another day. Uh, But what's important to understand is checking in with what you're feeling right now. Stop BSing yourself. If you are frustrated, because I'm probably sure that you are, you're tired, you're worn out, and you're looking at the weekend as if I got to get an extra work in. I got to do more work in a business that's probably you're not paying yourself again enough. And so the resentment builds up, and then your family's resentful because they haven't seen you. So we got to take a step back and recognize that we have one life, just one, not two. It's not a business life and then everything else. It's all one. And we have focused on these silos where we put all of our time and energy and effort into business, and we think that if we can just do that and make the money and feel fulfilled and get those achieve and accomplish, get paid, that everything else is going to take care of itself. But it does not. It takes as much effort and energy to put into it. And so I'll give you an example, because I know that for me, I liked working on the weekends because I do quite a bit with my kids as a single father. Like I'm picking up and dropping off and taking to practices, and And I'm involved, I'm engaged. And so sometimes my week gets a little runs a little awry, not as planned, because something like, for example, my son hurt his back, right? So he's kind of dealing with a little back injury, and so that it requires me to take him to the chiropractor and get that worked on. And so things go awry. So I look forward to the weekends and mapping out a little bit of time. Now, I'll say that there are some weekends where I don't have my children with me; they're with their mothers, and that's fine. So I get to spend a little bit of time on it. But when I have the kids, like, I'm all in. And so if I don't have my Fridays locked in, you know, there's a good chance, on my weekends they can get bogged down with other activities, which I love. It's all good. So let's talk about how we can leverage this in this conversation to catapult into next week. Number one, you got to get clear and honest with where you're at and what you're feeling in your business and in your life. So if there are some areas in your life, and if you're a small business owner, there are one or multiple that you are challenged with. So if you're not spending time with your family, if you're not spending time with your partner, if you're not focusing on spending time on yourself, if you're not having self-care, you're not doing your meditation, you're not doing your exercise, we got to start to incorporate that back in, because that is going to help your business. This is what so many business people, I get frustrated with, because they're not seeing the forest through the trees. It's business, money, achievements, accomplishments, content creation, likes, follows, revenue, clients, meetings, all that stuff. And the more you take care of you, the more you invest in you, you show up in a different space. You show up as a different individual in those meetings, in content creation, in your meetings with your teams, customers. You show up as somebody different, not that frustrated, worn down, tired individual who is looking at their week and going, man, I have a task list this long that I didn't get to, or we're short. we didn't get as much revenue coming in the door this week, and go on down the line. I didn't exercise, I didn't spend time with my family, and so I'm frustrated. So we got to scale back. We got to peel back and realize where's the priorities at. What is most important to you, and you should be number one. So when we talk about priorities, business is there, family's there, kids are there, but you need to be at the top. You got to be taking care of you first and foremost. So where are you on your calendar starting Monday? Where are you this weekend? Investing in you. And that has to be a priority. You have to take care of you first before you can take care of everyone else. You just spent the whole week taking care of clients, customers, employees, family, you name it. Where are you at? We've got to build you up, because the more that you can show up in a place of presence and being present with yourself and with others, that's where you're going to start to make huge gains and strides with the things that align on the human plane: money, business, accomplishments, achievements. Those things are going to fly. They're going to be much more fruitful when you're present with yourself and you've got connection to you. You are clear on who you are, and that means what you need to work on. Where the truth is where you're at. And the truth is hard. It's very hard. It's hard to face. But once you face it, you get some clarity that is going to serve you in all areas. So my encouragement for you this weekend is to put some time and energy into you. And this can be difficult, especially if you have a partner or a spouse who's saying, we haven't had you all week, and now you want to go do something for you. And you need to be able to have that conversation and recognize that, they probably need some help and support from you. And they're probably equally as tired and frustrated, because maybe they've been holding down other areas of the fort, the family.